Let's finish off by discussing the name variable and the main string. Often in larger scripts, you will see this line of code at the bottom of them. It will say if name is equal to main, with 2 underscores in the beginning and at the end of these variables and strings. This line of code is designed to help indicate where function calls are coming from when working with multiple .py scripts. Let's explore that statement a little further. Sometimes when you are importing from a module, you would like to know whether a module's function is being used as an import or if the original .py file you're working with already has that function into play. So for example, if you run a script file at the command line and you notice that you're calling some function called hello, you would like to know whether hello has been imported from another script or if hello was defined in the script that you're actually running. And in order to do that, you can use this line of code, if name is equal to main. When your script is run by passing it as a command to the Python interpreter, such as python myscript.py, all of the code that is at indentation level 0 gets executed. That is to say, all the functions and classes get defined, but none of their code actually gets ran. Name, or underscore underscore name underscore underscore, is a built-in variable in Python which evaluates to the name of the current module. However, if a module is being run directly, then that name variable is set to the string underscore underscore main underscore underscore. This allows you to test whether your script is being run directly or it's being imported by something else by testing if the name, that is that built-in variable of the current module, is equal to the string main. Let's explore this idea further with an example. For this example, I've created 2 .py scripts, 1 .py and then 2 .py. So let's go ahead and add some code to these. In 1 .py, I'm going to create a function called deffunc, and it's just going to print out the following. It will say func in 1 .py. And then I'm going to say print, and this is a top-level print statement, so I will just say top-level print statement in 1 .py. And then I will say if, and notice here Sublime will actually complete this for us, but let's type it out manually. If name, so if that built-in name variable is equal to underscore underscore main underscore underscore colon print 1 .py is being run directly. And then we'll say else print 1 .py is being run in another module. Then we're going to save that, and now let's go to 2 .py. And inside of 2 .py, we are going to import the 1 module, and then I will print out top level in 2 .py, and then I will call that function from the 1 module, and then I will say if that name variable is equal to the string main print 2 .py is being run directly. Else, I'm going to print 2 .py is being imported into another module. So we're going to save both of these files and quickly review them. So note what I have in 1 .py. I've defined the function, and if we run 1 .py directly, then I have a top-level print statement in 1 .py. And then I have this check. If my name variable is equal to main, then I know that 1 .py is being run directly. Otherwise, 1 .py is being run in some other module. In 2 .py, I've imported the 1 module. I'm going to print out top-level print statement in 2 .py. I will execute the function from 1, and then I will say if the name variable is equal to main, then I know that the 2 .py is being run directly. Otherwise, 2 .py is being imported into another module. So let's open up our command line and run these scripts. Let's begin by running 1 .py. So we will say python 1 .py, and note what happens here. I get a top-level print statement in 1 .py, and 1 .py is being run directly because the name variable in 1.py was equal to main because I ran 1.py directly. Now let's see what happens when I run 2.py. We still get the top level print statement in 1.py because it's being imported, but now I see that 1.py is being run in another module. Then I get the top level print statement in 2.py, and then I call func from 1.py, and then I know that 2.py is being run directly. So this allows us to realize whether we're calling modules from another .py script or if we're running that module file directly. Now often you'll see people do the following. They'll still use this if name is equal to main, but they'll use it more as an organization for their code. So what they end up doing is they define lots of functions or classes here, so you can think here lots more functions. And then at the very bottom, they have their logic for execution. So they get rid of this else statement, and then they say something like print all my code to run, and then they just call functions here, func, etc. So this is a really common way to organize code for .py scripts, where you define a bunch of things above this line, and then you say, all right, if I'm running this .py file directly, I'm going to execute a lot of the functions that I had up here. So this is really common to see, and in most cases, this is actually how you're going to see this if name is equal to main line being used, which is why when you're just beginning to learn about Python and you're doing some Google searches, you'll come across this line a lot, and it can be confusing at first because you have to learn about modules, you have to learn about built-in variables, and what's actually going on. Hopefully, this comparison of 1.py and the 2.py script make it clearer how this is actually working. But realistically, when you search for examples online, you're going to see it used in this fashion, where you see lots of functions get defined, and then you say, if the name variable is built into main, meaning I'm running this .py script directly, run a bunch of my functions and execute some sort of code logic. All right, we'll see you at the next lesson.